Hello friends, welcome to my channel. So those who are newly watching my channel, I'll just introduce myself. I am from India and I got shingles in 2023 and now I'm suffering from post-herpetic neuralgia. So due to that I am like housebound almost or most of the time. I rarely go out. So I've been facing some difficulties, quite a lot of difficulties financially, medically. So if you want to know what are the reasons, do watch my other videos so you will come to know. In today's video, since I am from India, I wanted to speak about a very shocking news that is come, and it is shocking because somewhere down the line this affects everyone. So what is the news? The news is that the Indian rupee has reached 92 against the dollar. So for $1 is equal to 92 Indian rupees. So this is actually very shocking that how come we have reached 92. Earlier when the dollar to rupee was 60, around 50, 60s, we used to get concerned that it's reached 60. But now it's 92. Now the current government who is governing India is the BJP. From 2014 they have been in power. So it is the job of the government to see to it that it does not reach such high levels of 92. So this is very very shocking and the government must do something to correct this. The rupee value falling like this against the dollar will affect many things like imports. India imports a lot of stuff. India, it does export as well, but we are mostly an import country. The exports are, there is a big deficit between the import and the exports in our country. So we have more imports than exports. So that's why a rupee, falling rupee is not advisable for our kind of economy. It will affect inflation. Things will get expensive because our imports like oil etc will get expensive, and even other imports of necessary stuff like lithium etc. So this is a very tragedy and I feel that the government is not doing enough. There are lots of complaints against the finance ministry also for many things that they have decisions that they have taken. So in my case, like the worst decision they took was to implement GST, because that has really emptied out my savings and emptied out whatever money I had. I have a flat on loan and I could have put that same money of GST which I paid against a property, I could have put it to clear my loan of my house. But that has not happened because the government has taken that money. So today I am jobless, I'm not having a good health, and I don't have the money with me. So I don't feel the current government BJP is doing enough in terms of the economy. The rupee is falling badly and they need to do something to control it. I don't know if they will step in, if the RBI will step in and do something, or they will continue to let the rupee fall. Now there may be many reasons. People are saying that US has taken different decisions, certain decisions etc, that's why it's falling. That is true, they might have taken many decisions, but we are an economy and we need to be strong. So we can't have the rupee falling like this. It might be good for exporters, but as I said, there's an import export deficit. So due to this deficit, we can't have the rupee at such a high value, that is low value against the dollar, which is 92. 92 is too bad a number. So it needs to get a bit lower, very much lower actually. Imagine if $1 and 1 rupee were equal, but that's not the case. So we need to really do something on this, and I'm not in the government so I can't take any decisions, but the government is there in power and people are voting for this government. I did not vote for this government this time during my local municipal elections. So I have many reasons for this. You might watch my other video where I've stated this problems during voting, etc. So you can watch my video on this. What do you think, friends, that the rupee is falling so badly? So what do you think is your point of view on this? Are you getting affected by this? Overall, the entire economy will get affected. We are already facing high tariffs from USA, so this is another blow. So I feel this government is not able to manage these things. They are not able to manage tariffs. They are not able to manage the rupee falling. So I really don't know what they are doing in the government. The only Many of the ministers are only putting out statements on religious lines, etc. But what about these important things like tariffs, high tariffs, the rupee falling? These are really important things that they need to look into, because this affects the daily life of individuals. Thank you so much, friends, for watching my video. Have a nice day.